Hello, interested in a day trip to La Gomera? Everything you need to know, we will tell you in this video. Where is La Gomera located? Of 8 Canary islands, La Gomera is known as one of the quietest islands with beautiful green nature. It is a paradise for peace seekers and hiking lovers. If you draw a straight line from Tenerife to La Gomera, the distance is about 30 kilometers. And if you are staying on Tenerife, you can normally easily see this island on a clear sky. How to go to La Gomera? In this video, we are going to talk mainly about how to visit the island if you are staying in Tenerife, and how the most popular excursion, La Gomera day trip by bus, will look like. Also, we will talk a bit about another video of ours in which we discuss the pros and cons of 3 different options to visit La Gomera in. You can find links in the comments. When to visit La Gomera? We could have a long discussion about this, but the Club Canary team recommends going to La Gomera only after you've seen Tenerife. We don't just mean Teide and Masca, but also the northern part of Tenerife. To the northeast of Tenerife is the Gomera National Park. Club Canary offers weekly bus tours on private trips to this area. For this, you do not have to take the ferry, and you will save money and time. If you have seen this and want to explore another Canary island, then we recommend the following segments: day trip to La Gomera, day trip to La Palma, day trip to El Hierro, departure point, Port of Los Cristianos. From this port of Los Cristianos, we depart the ferry to La Gomera, and also ferries to other islands from. Now, we are going to talk mainly about the day trip from Tenerife to La Gomera by bus. If you are interested in visiting the island by car, check out the end of the video for some important things to know. Arrival in Los Cristianos. For excursions to La Gomera, you can be picked up at your hotel in the south of Tenerife or even in Puerto de la Cruz. Please note that this is very early, usually in the south of Tenerife around 7:20 and Puerto itself as early as 5:20, but it's worth it. This is to be sure to be in time for the ferry. If you want to sleep a little longer and are staying near Port of Los Cristianos, you can also go directly to the Port of Los Cristianos. You should then normally wait here for the rest of the group in front of the freight bosun or armas desk at 8:30. The 2 different boats. You have the Arma and freight bosun. Both boats are very similar and comfortable. The ferries have restaurants where you can buy sandwiches and coffee, and an open-air area where you can enjoy the view of the ocean. The ferries have a maximum speed of 60 to 70 kilometers per hour, but the journey from Tenerife to La Gomera takes usually around 50 minutes with freight bosun and 1 hour with Armas, including boarding time. Arrival in the capital, San Sebastian. From here, the adventure begins, riding out the ferry from San Sebastian towards the west of La Gomera. Please don't worry, we will return to San Sebastian to explore it a little bit further. The west of La Gomera. You are going to explore the beautiful views of this part of La Gomera. Normally, the guide will explain you a bit about the history of the island, and you will have about 2-4 stops before arriving at the restaurants near banana plantations. At these restaurants, you can check out local products and buy souvenirs if you wish. Then, you will be called to the table and a 3-course menu will be served to you. This is included in the price. The food is normally tasty, but don't expect anything spectacular because the trip is about enjoying La Gomera. You can also normally choose between fish, chicken, and vegetarian. After that, you can get yourself ready for a nice surprise. One of the highlights of La Gomera day trip is the Silbo Gomero. This is a kind of whistling language that people in La Gomera use to communicate with each other at a distance. It is said that they can communicate with each other up to 5 kilometers away. Ideal if you live in the mountains, or imagine using this to let your children know that dinner is ready. If you also know a nice example, let us know in the comments. To date, this interesting technique is taught in schools in La Gomera, and you will discover how well it works during a demonstration at the restaurant. Off to the Garajonay National Park. The Garajonay National Park is best compared to Tenerife's Mercedes Mountains. Green forest with beautiful viewpoints and magical-looking hiking trails. Some interesting stories also took place here, all of which the guide will explain. During the La Gomera excursions, you will have time to do a little hiking. Just be aware that the national park is known to be very foggy and often rainy. Even if the weather is good, it is always useful to bring a vest or jacket for your La Gomera trip to be prepared for a visit to the forest. Back to the capital, San Sebastian. After admiring the beautiful nature, you will end your trip in the capital, San Sebastian. Here, you normally have free time to perhaps buy souvenirs or have a nice cup of coffee. Here, you can also visit the monument of Columbus and a beautiful church. Afterwards, the group will gather at the port at the appointed time to return to Tenerife. Good to know and tips. First of all, it is a long day, The tour starts early in the morning and ends around 6:30 p.m. Also, it is important to bring your passports or official identity card. This is needed for the ferry crossing because they need to know who is boarding and who is visiting the island. Also, don't forget comfortable shoes for a hike in the Garajonay mountains and some extra clothes in case it's colder in the forest. You should also know if you want to buy anything on the ferry or a souvenir store, you have credit card or cash options. The trip itself contains no unexpected costs. If I forgot anything or if you have any other tips, please share them with other travelers in the comments of this video.
Club Canary, legendary, your journey starts with us.